What's up, designer friends? My name is Ron Segal. Welcome to Flux, where we talk about design and freelancing. Today, I want to answer a question which is pretty common, which is, I want to get into design. Where should I start? There's too much stuff. What is the right path for me right now? So I want to start by sharing my own story and then takeaways that can be applicable to where you are right now on your design journey. So for me, I got into design back when I was in high school. It was over 20 years ago with an illegal version of Photoshop. And I actually got started learning with the free resources that I had. So that was basically tutorials. YouTube wasn't a big thing back in the time, but tutorials, online tutorials, and books. Books I kind of actually look at as free because whatever costs you like $10, $15, it's almost free. Everybody can afford that. So I got started learning for free. And, by doing this, by starting to play with Photoshop and doing gigs for friends in the high school, I actually got a few kind of like paying gigs for parents of people from my school. I actually saw, hey, look, this is something that I'm excited about. I'm actually quite good at it, or there's a potential for me to be good at. Of course, I sucked, but I didn't know that back in the day. So I thought that's actually quite interesting. And so once I had this kind of like proof of concept, this is something that I can make money with, and I'm also enjoying doing this, I actually started to invest heavier. And I started taking online courses. Back at the time, the only thing that existed was lynda.com. And that's basically how I learned all of the software that I learned back then. I took tons of lynda.com courses, and basically that helped me get my first full-time position as a designer, as a junior designer. So taking courses really helped me kind of actually make some kind of a living with design. So that was fantastic. However, after doing that for a while, I noticed that I'm actually plateauing. I didn't move into interesting position. I couldn't get, I was stuck in my freelancing. And so I was really frustrated and I want to dive deeper. So at that point, I've made a decision to kind of invest all into a full-on design degree. There weren't any like full-blown internet programs, online programs back in the day. So the only option that was for me to dive really deeper was and get feedback from experts, which is basically the reason why I went into to design school. I wanted to get actual feedback. I realized that learning online with online courses is great, but at some point it might be limited. And so I wanted to get expert feedback. And so I decided to go into design school, spend 4 years there. And that was actually, helped propel my career, give me the skills and the stuff that I needed to actually build a full-on career, actually reach 6 figures using design. When I got to 6 figure, I realized that I actually had other issues, like more business stuff that I needed to work on. So at that point, where I wanted to grow further into the 7 figures, I actually hired a personal coach to work with, and the current coach that I'm working with for like 3 years, I'm paying him $2,500 per month. So that's like, I think 30 grand per year. And that is, when you're working in school, it's kind of like a group coaching environment. There's one professional helping the whole group. When you're in a position to invest, and at that point I was in a position to invest in a one-on-one coach who is a professional trying to solve the problem that you have right now, then you can start move really, really faster. And that's basically brings me to where I am today. So looking back into where you are right now and what you should do, I think that you should look at this kind of like a breakdown of what's happening. If you're still not making money, it makes sense to start with the free stuff. And there's so much material on the internet that's available for free on YouTube, courses. I mean, there's tons of free materials today that is great. So if you're not making money, it probably makes sense to get started for free. Now, the second stage is you've made some money, and now you're excited. You want to double down. You want to make this your actual career. At that stage, I recommend you get started with online courses. And again, today there's fantastic online courses. And then you'll be able to kind of turn this into an actual career that you do full time. Now, at the step where you're actually making money of this is your career, but you want to make this actually a great career. You want to reach 6 figures and you want to be a great professional. It's actually worth investing in kind of a higher end group coaching experience where you'll get to interact with a professional and not just learn on your own pace, interact with other people. That really propels you forward. So at that stage, and there are programs, usually these kind of programs, while self-paced courses might cost few $100s. These group coaching experience usually cost a few $1,000s. You'll see that a lot in coding boot camps and stuff like that. So it makes sense to do that if you want to drive your career forward. And then, of course, if you're already having a great career and you're in a position to invest in a one-on-one coach, that's probably where you want to do this, right? After you've already made a great career for yourself as a professional. So I hope that kind of gives you a framework to look at where you are right now and where you should invest. Of course, we're building Flux Academy, and what we're trying to do is actually we try to help you, support you in each step of the process, right? So we're creating all this content on YouTube to give you free stuff if you're just getting started. We're gonna give you everything for free. For those of you who are actually want to turn this into an actual career and dive deeper, we're creating courses. Now we've started to create in-depth boot camps or group coaching experience for people who are already making good living and want to take this to the next level. And one-on-one coaching, we don't offer that at the moment, but hopefully we'll be able to support people at that stage at some point as well. I hope that's helpful for you right now. Let me know in the comments if there's any specific resources that you're looking for, and we'll try to help you in the comments. Otherwise, see you on the next video.